Hey guys, what is up? It is Zoned, and I have a new episode for you guys in my series about inside the mind of a Unicum. This time I'm playing the Tier 6 Czechoslovakian medium tank, the Skoda T40. I know a lot of guys have been asking for the IS-3, and that's coming up soon. I just got to get my crews in order, because as you guys can see, my crews are a little bit jumbled. A lot of the crews that I had in my IS-3 when I was grinding it a few years back are now in the IS-7 and the T10 and other tanks. So once I get a good crew for that, guys, I'll put a video out, and that'll be coming really soon. But let's hop right into battle with the Skoda T40, and let's see how it does. Some important things to note as you're going into game with the Skoda T40. It's a great tank. It's one of my favorite tanks under Tier 8. It's got 2,000 DPM, which is very good for a tank at Tier 6, combined with 220 Alpha, which is not a characteristic you find on almost any medium tank. It's got very good speed as well, and the only knocks on it are that the gun dispersion is quite poor, kind of like the Cromwell B and the Cromwell, and the armor is not very good as well. So looking at the tank compositions, there's only one already in each team, which is good. The bad part is that it's a tier above me, so it can pretty much wreck me, so to speak. But they have 2 tank destroyers, which will be hard to spot, but the rest of this looks pretty standard. Basically the normal tanks in each team. So this type of map, I'm going to go toward the field. I need room to maneuver, and this lane just doesn't give you that kind of room to maneuver in a medium tank. So, and pretty much as a general rule of thumb, this line is better than this line because it's much easier to get stalled on this line. So looking at where my team is going, it looks like there's about an even spread on both sides of the map. Maybe a little bias toward this, which is good. The advantage of the 9-0 line as well is that it controls the cap, so you can control the pace of the game as well. If you think you're losing and you've won this line, you can start trying to get them to get nervous by throwing 3 tanks on cap. Maybe you have a lot of options when you have the cap side. So moving forward, I'm going to go to initial position to see if I can get some damage. I'm not exactly sure what's going to come this way on the enemy team because they have a pretty balanced tank composition that could go either way. Okay, right away, right there, I see that there's a lot of tanks on their side of the field, their side of the base. Almost a lot of their team. Probably 10 tanks are going this way. Guys, I make a pretty bad mistake here in that I'm a little bit too aggressive. I push too far away from my team and they can't support me. And it's a pretty bad mistake that I hope you guys will recognize and try to not do like I just did in your public games. You'll see what I'm talking about a little bit more in a couple of seconds. So I'm going to try and move out this way. That was a poor play. I should not have taken that shot. Excuse me, Luke's. I should not have taken that shot from the tank destroyer. That was a mistake, a pretty bad one too. I lost quite a few hit points, but we need to push this line. We see that their whole team is pretty much over on this side of the map, so we need to use our overmatch on this side. My team needs to come with me and stop like just hanging around behind me. What I didn't realize at the time was that the BDR and the KV-1 were still in my base because they were so slow. They were too far behind me, and I did not recognize how far behind me they were, and this will ultimately lead to my demise. I just want to point that out to you guys and say that right now before you guys see that I get a little bit upset with my team. That's I don't really mean to do that, but it was my fault for not recognizing that they were so far behind. So now I'm trying to just get some shells into these tanks. The C-25 is going to be quite challenging to fight. I'm just going to need to try to alpha trade with him. Hope RNG blesses me too. I don't like that my team is leaving me here to die. So I'm going to back up. Please don't clip me too bad. My team is kind of just abandoning me here. This is really sad because we need to push this line. I'm calling for help. I need to track this guy as soon as possible. And that's unfortunate. My team just let me die. This game is a loss. There's nothing we can do about it. I made a pretty bad mistake by taking that shot early on, but my team is just throwing away this game by not being aggressive in the field. They should have recognized that most of their tanks are out in the 1-2 line, but I don't really know what they're doing right now. Unfortunate. So look at the post-game stats of that game. I did pretty poorly, and I really want to show you guys this game because I left it in because I want to show you a really big mistake of mine is that I didn't recognize that my team wasn't going with me. They needed to see that overmatch, and I saw it, but no one else did. And this is where playing public battles can be quite challenging because sometimes you recognize what needs to be done, but no one else in your team does. So you go to do that thing, and whatever that is, and your team doesn't go with you. And that was exactly what happened with me right there. I pretty much just had a the average game, probably one of the worst games. Probably the worst game I'll have all day today, and that is because I knew it needed to be done, but my team didn't go with me. And so sometimes knowing what needs to be done and having your team do it are two different things, guys. So let's hop into another game and see what happens. So loading into game. Some of the important things to see on these tank positions. One, it is Lakeville. Guys, a Valley is probably one of the worst plays you can make as a solo player in this game. Going Valley in this game is, in this map especially, is really, really bad. If you do it alone, you might end up pushing down to their base, but then you end up getting either capped out from up here, or you can't push past this because there's a crossfire between here and here. But this is the encounter game mode, and what's going to happen right now is I'm going to pretty much hope and pray that one of our scouts is going to light middle. I'm even going to type it out right now. And the reason is because lighting middle of one of our scouts is really, really important. I'm really hoping that the Chaffee or the Lago or the Valentine, something goes out to light the middle, because getting early shots is incredibly important. You can bleed their enemy team for it, and I think this Chaffee's going to go do it. So I'm going to move into position to be able to shoot the tanks that he's going to light. Yeah, he's going for it, so this is great. So I'm just going to chill here and look for shots on the tanks that he will hopefully light. They have a lot of slow tanks, so I'm really hoping that he lights them. This guy is fast. I was not really expecting that one to hit. Oh, he's tracked. So he just got punished for it. I don't know what their team is doing, but I'm going to punish it anyway. So I really didn't want to take a 6 hit point shot, but he got shot right before I fired. Now I'm looking for a shell in this KV-1. Not entirely sure who went, but I'm going to blind fire that anyway. So I see their M6 went to the Valley. Poor play on his part, but I'm going to abuse it by going into the town now. We have two AFK tanks still in spawn. This is another reason that low tier games is interesting. You end up getting a lot of, I don't know, bots or people that just decide to click battle and not show up. One of the other reasons that tier 6 battles can be quite they can be something, so to speak, is that the hit points for each one of the tanks in the game is very low when you compare that to higher tier tanks. And so because of that, your punishment for mistakes at lower tiers is much higher. And that's why I feel that when I play lower tier games, it's really, really easy to pad wins into pad games, which is why I don't do it very often. Winning in low tiers is quite easy because the hit points in these tanks are so low, and it's so easy to punish mistakes. This KV-1's being way too aggressive, and I'm getting to shoot him for it. Right there, my shot takes away almost a third of his hit points. Like that, if you go to a tier 10, that's like unreal. That's like you're getting shot by a gigantic tank destroyer that reloads in, 10 seconds or something like that. But 10 or 20 seconds. But I reload in 5, and I can take away just a third of his hit points gone. If he pokes his drive wheel like that, I can just shoot him again. A third of his hit points gone. And that's why I feel low tier games are really, really just easy to pad wins in, and something that I don't, just enjoy rolling through enemy teams. This Churchill's exposing himself way too much by just chilling there, and I'll just shoot him through this little slot. I don't know what he's hiding behind. I think he's hiding behind a building. Oh, he's hiding behind one of those poles. Okay. I can shoot him here. Yep, there it is. There's the lower plate. I mean, if he shoots me once, I'll still trade that. Oh, I hit the pole. No. Yeah, I shot him again. Once again, it's really, really easy to crush your way through low tiers if you're a high skilled player, so that's typically why I don't do it as often. So I see that they have a lot of tanks in the middle road, so I don't really want to be too aggressive here. They can shoot me very easily. Now I'm lit. I don't really know where. I really hope that Churchill one pokes me, so I'll just finish him. He's not even looking at me. I'm gonna snap a shot off at him. Now the KV-1S is looking at me, so I'm not gonna peek. Wait for him to fire. He just fired, so I'll kill the E2 next and cross this lane. So I get into cover. There's a tier 5 I can punish. I'm just gonna bully this guy because he's alone. Sorry, little dude. I know you can hurt me a lot, but I can too. Your reload's gonna be worse than mine, I know it. And so now I'm just gonna go try to fight this KV-1S. I'm gonna try to tell this VK to move with me and not stay there. I might just go around behind him. Yeah, I'm gonna go behind him. And this game is pretty much over. Like I said, playing low tiers is really easy to punish mistakes, and that's why playing low tiers can be quite easy. Oh no. That was close. It was too close. Oh, but this game is pretty much over now. I'm gonna out-reload this AMX, I think. I think his reload's like 12. So, but he's dead anyway. And that's gonna wrap up this game, guys. So, looking at the post-game stats for this game, I ended up doing quite well. I got a first class ace badge. I got an ace tanker, or high caliber, I mean, excuse me. And I did a lot of damage this game. Like I said before, low tier games are really easy to punish mistakes, and that's like an overarching theme that you really want to take into when you're playing games that are like, I'd say, tier 7 and below, is that it's really, really easy to punish a mistake that the enemy is doing. So you want to be looking for opportunities where they are too aggressive, like I was in that first game. I just got punished really easily for it. Or say, for example, someone's taking too long to push something, or they're even camping base even. Just always look for the mistake and try to punish it as soon as possible. That's a good rule for any game, but especially in low tier games. I ended up doing 2,000 experience, 50,000 credits. That was a great game. So that's going to wrap up this video, guys. I hope you guys learned something from this. I really hope you guys did. I really had a lot of fun making this. I love playing the Skoda T40. It's a great tank. Sub if you want more of this stuff, guys. Like if you liked the video. Leave a comment as to what you guys think of what tank you guys want to see, and I'll see you guys in the next one.